Korean Demilitarized Zone. 2:34 a.m., November 28th. Freezing cold. Total darkness. 3 U.S. Marines routine border patrol 200 meters from North Korean territory. Then, suddenly, gunfire. Not from the south, from the north. North Korean soldiers, 20 of them, crossing the DMZ, violating the armistice, moving fast toward the American position. The Marines radioed for backup, but they were cut off, surrounded, captured. Within minutes, North Korean state media announced 3 American spies arrested while illegally infiltrating Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Pyongyang demand $20 billion ransom, or the Marines would be executed. Kim Jong-un believed America would negotiate, would pay, would back down. He was catastrophically wrong. Because what North Korea didn't know was this. The USS Mon Island, an amphibious assault ship carrying 2,000 Marines, was 60 miles away. And the US military had just activated a rescue plan so aggressive, so overwhelming, that within 17 hours, those 3 Marines would be free. This is the story of the most daring Marine rescue since Vietnam, the operation that shocked North Korea, and the day Kim Jong-un learned America doesn't negotiate with kidnappers. The Korean DMZ, 4 kilometers wide, 250 kilometers long, the most heavily fortified border on Earth. 2 million North Korean soldiers on one side, 28,000 American troops on the other. For 70 years and uneasy peace. Occasional incidents, shouting matches, but no war. Until 2:34 a.m., November 28th. 3 U.S. Marines, Sergeant James Mitchell, Corporal David Chen, Lance Corporal Sarah Rodriguez, were conducting routine night patrol along the southern edge of the DMZ. Standard procedure: night vision equipment, radio contact every 15 minutes. Nothing unusual. But at 2:34 a.m., their radio transmission was interrupted by gunfire. Contact, contact. North Korean soldiers crossing the DMZ. 20+ hostiles. We are... Transmission cut. At Joint Security Area Command, officers scrambled. Satellite reconnaissance activated. Drones redirected. What they saw was shocking. 23 North Korean Special Forces soldiers had crossed into the DMZ, not the demilitarized zone itself. That would be noticed immediately. They'd tunneled underneath, emerged 50 meters from the Marine patrol, ambushed them. The 3 Marines fought back, rifles firing, training kicking in. But 23 against 3, surrounded, outnumbered, out of ammunition. At 2:47 a.m., the Marines were overwhelmed, captured, dragged back across the border into North Korean territory. By 3:15 a.m., they were inside a North Korean military facility, underground bunker, interrogation rooms. By 4 a.m., North Korean state media made the announcement. 3 U.S. Marine spies were apprehended while conducting illegal reconnaissance inside the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. They confessed to espionage activities. They will face revolutionary justice unless the hostile United States pays $20 billion compensation and formally apologizes for 7 decades of aggression. The world woke up to a crisis. 3 U.S. Marines held hostage by the most unpredictable regime on Earth. CNN, BBC, Al Jazeera, all broadcasting breaking news. North Korea captures U.S. Marines. The White House Situation Room filled within minutes. Joint Chiefs of Staff, CIA Director, Secretary of Defense. The discussion was brief. Options: diplomatic, negotiate through China, could take weeks, no guarantee of success. Military, extract them by force, high risk, could trigger war. Wait, see if North Korea releases them, unlikely. The president's decision was immediate. We don't negotiate with hostage takers, we don't pay ransoms, and we sure as hell don't abandon our Marines. Joint Chiefs, you have authorization. Bring them home by any means necessary. At 5:30 a.m., 3 hours after the capture, Operation Lightning Rescue was activated. The largest marine rescue operation since the fall of Saigon was about to begin. USS Mon Island, 60 miles off the Korean coast, 6 a.m. 2,000 Marines, 40 helicopters, 20 amphibious assault vehicles, Special Operations Forces. The mission: infiltrate North Korea, locate the captured Marines, extract them, get out before North Korean military can respond. Impossible odds. But Marines don't think in terms of impossible. Intelligence worked frantically. CIA satellites repositioned. NSA intercepted North Korean communications. Special reconnaissance drones launched. By 8 a.m., they had the location. An underground military facility 12 miles inside North Korean territory, heavily guarded. 200 soldiers, anti-aircraft defenses, command bunker. The 3 Marines were being held in a detention block, basement level, concrete reinforced, multiple locked doors. The plan was audacious, suicidal, some analysts said. Phase 1. F-35 stealth fighters destroy North Korean air defenses within 10-mile radius. Phase 2. V-22 Osprey insert 40 Force Recon Marines 3 miles from target. Phase 3. Ground assault, breach facility, locate prisoners, extract. Phase 4. Ospreys extract all personnel. F-35s provide air cover. Estimated time inside North Korean territory, 27 minutes. If anything went wrong, if they were delayed, if reinforcements arrived, if the extraction failed, 40 Marines would be trapped inside North Korea. Potential casualties, catastrophic. Political consequences, war. But the order was given. At 7:45 p.m., 17 hours after the capture, Operation Lightning Rescue launched. 4 F-35 Lightning stealth fighters took off from Osan Air Base, South Korea, flying low, invisible to North Korean radar. At 8:12 p.m., they reached North Korean airspace. At 8:15 p.m., they fired. A GM-88 HARM missiles targeting North Korean radar installations. Precision strikes. 8 targets, 8 hits. North Korean air defense systems went dark. At 8:18 p.m., 4 V-22 Ospreys crossed into North Korean territory, flying nap of the earth, hugging terrain, avoiding detection. Each Osprey carried 10 Force Recon Marines, the most elite warriors in the U.S. military. At 8:31 p.m., they landed 3 miles from the target facility. 40 Marines, full combat gear, night vision, silenced weapons, moving through North Korean territory toward a fortified bunker. At 8:48 p.m., they reached the perimeter. 200 North Korean soldiers inside, 40 Marines outside. The assault began. Breaching charges on the main door. Flashbangs suppressed gunfire. North Korean guards never knew what hit them. Marines moving through corridors like ghosts. Precision, speed, violence. Basement level. Detention block. 3 locked doors. More breaching charges. Doors blown off hinges. And there they were. 3 U.S. Marines. Bruised, exhausted, alive. U.S. Marines were getting you out. At 8:56 p.m., 8 minutes after, assault began. All 43 Marines were moving toward extraction point. But North Korean military command had been alerted. Reinforcements mobilizing. 2 battalions, tanks, helicopters. The race was on. At 9:02 p.m., Ospreys landed at extraction point. Marines loading, enemy forces 3 miles away and closing. At 9:04 p.m., North Korean attack helicopters appeared on the horizon. But so did 4 F-35s, air-to-air missiles launched. North Korean attack helicopters destroyed before they could engage. At 9:07 p.m., all Ospreys were airborne, heading south, full speed. At 9:23 p.m., they crossed back into South Korean airspace. Mission complete. 3 Marines rescued, 0 American casualties. North Korea's response? Silence. Complete media blackout. Because admitting what happened would be too humiliating. 2:34 a.m. 3 U.S. Marines captured by North Korean forces. 8:48 p.m. Same day, 40 Force Recon Marines breach North Korean military facility. 9:56 p.m. 8 minutes later, 3 Marines freed. 9:07 p.m. All personnel extracted. Mission complete. Today, those 3 Marines continue their service. Sergeant Mitchell, Corporal Chen, Lance Corporal Rodriguez, awarded the Bronze Star for conduct under captivity. The 40 Marines who rescued them, most remain anonymous. Special operations, classified missions. But their message resonates. North Korea tried to leverage American hostages, demanded $20 billion, threatened execution. America's response wasn't money, wasn't negotiation, wasn't apology. It was 40 Marines, 4 F-35s, 4 Ospreys, and one simple message. We don't leave our Marines behind, ever. Kim Jong-un thought capturing 3 Marines would give him power. Instead, it gave him a military raid he couldn't stop and couldn't admit. This is the DMZ. This is North Korea. This is what happens when you kidnap U.S. Marines. 27 minutes, 0 casualties. 3 Marines home. Because Marines never fight alone, and America never abandons them. Seer Fidelis, always faithful, always rescued, never left behind.